or Greek. We are a complicated people. The Victrola was haunted. Not a garden variety haunting, like playing records at will, though it did do that too. The antique was Robert the Doll haunted, taken to moving itself from the parlor corner it did not like to the sunny, wavy glass window it preferred. Things tended to fall off shelves or fly across the room when anyone moved it back to the corner, which Varina had just done in preparation for the penultimate holiday gathering of the year. Dishware on the waiting-to-be-set table clinked. "Don't you dare, Vicky! I swear to Christ!" It would have been easier and less hazardous to let the thing have its way. Varina would be damned if she'd coddle a possessed piece of furniture on Christmas Eve, when she had 16 people, not counting her and her mother, coming over to eat. Condensation clouded every window in the kitchen. Summer hot, even with the back door propped open. Everyone would be there in less than an hour, and Varina hadn't put the water on yet. She filled the enormous holiday-used lobster pot to boil the macaroni, gave the gravy a turn, adding the butter and basil before turning off the heat. Not even all the garlic she used penetrated the heavy scent of fried fish, salted fish, baked fish. 7 fishes in all, and her brother's grandkids wouldn't eat a bite of it. Thus, the macaroni and meatballs. Heading into the massive pantry, the pride of her kitchen, Varina pretended she didn't see the cans of beets mixed in with the jars of tomatoes she'd put up late last summer. The baking supplies that never made it into their pest-proof containers. She'd get to it. After the holidays. Focus. Macaroni. She found several half bags, but not a single pound of anything the same. Would have been nice to know before she closed up her shop, Palladinos, at 2 o'clock. Pulling her cell phone from her apron pocket, Varina scrolled past her 3 biological children, tapped the name she knew without question she could count on. "Hey, Paulie," she sang into the phone. "Can you believe I don't have macaroni in the house? You've got a lot going on. I don't know how you still do these huge family things. Who's going to do it? My 92-year-old mother?" She laughed. "I enjoy it. Honest. If you say so. I'll pop in at the store and get a few pounds. What kind?" "Penne." "You got it. You still have your key? How else am I going to raid your cases after hours?" He laughed. "I'll be back in 15. Good? Perfect. Thank you, sweetheart. 3 pounds will be perfect." It would be too much, but better that than not enough. Christmas Eve was work, but worth it to have the whole family around her table, eating her food. She wasn't sure how much longer she'd be able to pull it off, but it had been a good year. Fiscally, health-wise, it wouldn't always be, but this year it was. As long as that held, she'd be able to take some well-earned time off from the store, for the first time since she and Dino had rented a house down the shore, back in the early aughts. Varina's belly rumbled. All that cooking, and she hadn't eaten a bite. She took a fried smelt from the too-high-piled plate. Never her favorite, but it would do. In an hour, the house would be in merry chaos. At the moment, the only sounds were the tick-glonk-tick of the grandfather clock in the foyer and the tick-tick-tick of her oven. And Enrico Caruso's O Sole Mio, playing sullenly from the corner. Wiping her hands on her apron, Varina felt the crinkle of the handful of 20s she'd skimmed from the till. It wasn't stealing when it was your own till being skimmed from, and stuck them in her pocket. The pocket also concealing, the page she had ripped from the brochure she got in the mail a few weeks ago. The one of a ship cutting a silvery ribbon of a river somewhere in Europe. She'd taken a few minutes to thumb through it, tossed it in the trash, took it out again, looked again, tore off the cover, and shoved it into her apron pocket, then tossed the rest. The images stuck with her, came back to her when she tried to...